All right, Andrew Tate arrested. 18 laws for men like him. A lot of men right now are like him, or they would like to be like him. The reason why he got so popular is because he's saying a lot of things that men would want to say, but they know that it's a bad idea. Okay? So if you are yearning, there are 18 laws. 18. If you are yearning to be like Andrew Tate, you quietly, in secret, you follow Andrew Tate. And you're like, yeah, I knew it. This guy is correct. Right? Who is Andrew Tate, first of all? Who is Andrew Tate, right? Let me see. Let me share my screen right about now. Let's share my screen right now. Let's read this. Shout out to Vanguard again. Let's read this together. Swedish eco activist. This lady right here. This is Andrew Tate on the left hand side. What is he doing? He's putting some gas in his superpower car. What was this? A Bugatti or something like that? All right. So, what's this argument about? He ended up in an argument a few days ago with this young person, a woman. Yes, a young lady, right? Greta Thunberg. I'm hearing about her for the first time, just letting you know right now. So, and I'm reading this article for the first time. I have an idea of what's going on. I have an idea of some of the scanty things I've seen about Andrew Tate. Yesterday, I'll take that back a little bit. Yesterday, I watched about 35 minutes of his of a video that was streaming somewhere. A course. A course from his Hustler University. He has an online university thing called Hustler University. And I listened to about 35 minutes of it. I'm like, this is some really, really good gems when it comes to business. Okay? When it comes to business, he knows what he's talking about. Some really good tips in those business lessons. But business lessons are boring. You need to get attention. It's part of the lessons he gave in there, right? You need to get some attention, right? Because no attention, nobody's going to see how great your product is. It's useless at that point, right? So I watched that. So I did watch that after all the other clips that floated, the most popular clips that float around of him just misyanning and running his mouth anyhow. Okay. I do think that if you take your relationship lessons from Andrew Tate, you will self-destruct. Everything you've built with your own hands, you will destroy it. If you soak in his ideologies too much, if you're inside a marriage, it's a matter of time, you're going to destroy it. Yes, I said it. You will destroy it. It has nothing to do with you going back to repeat, but it will show up in your energy. It will show up, right? So, what are we talking about here? Let me read this article to you. Swedish eco-activist Greta, is it Greta? Let's call it Greta. I think she might be European. Thunberg took swipes at former lightweight kickboxing champion Andrew Tate over his car's collection and their emission remark. Thunberg tweet went viral after lashing back at a taunt from Andrew Tate. Okay, to some people this is attention, and what they said, all press are good press. I'll be something like that. There's no such thing as a bad press. People say that. That's cap. That's big cap. Let me play that right now. We need to be clear.
Stop the cap.
Hey, I understand where that's coming from. It could be an hyperbole or such. You should get attention, but there's some attention that will destroy you. Absolutely. Are you mad? Of course. What are we talking about here? Like, you just keep repeating talking points to yourself, and you start telling yourself lies, and you forget that, hey, you still live in the real world. Anyway, let's keep going. The brisk of conflict started yesterday when Tate tweeted a photo of himself standing next to his gas giant Bugatti. Tate tagged Thunberg as he boasted about his collection of 33 cars in his tweet, which reads, "Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions." So this girl is an activist for environmental, blah, 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 saving environmental, global warming, this kind of stuff, right? Good stuff. Right? She believes in what she believes in, and she's advocate for that. Right? She's popular for that. However, Greta, who is known worldwide for her matches and speeches, gave a witty reply to the kickboxing champion. Because in recent times, he's getting more and more popular. Again, for the reasons I told you, he's saying things that a lot of men will cross their mind, but they know enough, okay, to not say stupid shit like that. Okay? A lot of men. These are point of contention for them, the kind of things he's saying, you know? Because the truth is that a lot of people are, you know how they say they gather body, they're gathering pain. All these experiences they're having, they tell themselves lies, they gather more pain and more pain and more pain, and they start yarning nonsense, thinking they're going to help the world. And if anything, they destroy themselves even more. How do I know? Just look at the results. Don't argue with me, argue with your results. Okay? Hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16, blah, 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 quad turbo, blah, 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 you know, the fancy stuff. My 2 Ferraris, blah, blah, blah. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emission. Tate tweeted. So he's trolling the little, I was about to call her a little girl, but I'm not sure who that person is. They look old and young at the same time. But it doesn't matter. Responding to his tweet, Thunberg tweeted, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. You see, this is the issue I have here is not is when people are surprised. I don't think Andrew Tate, after listening to that business stuff that I listened to, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew what he was trying to do, or he's pretending to know what he's doing. Right? And he's not the sucker. A lot of men are the sucker in the equation. He might be the sucker small. But a lot of men that are following his rhetoric, thinking he really truly believes what he's saying, are the suckers. Okay? But if you go and repeat Andrew Tate, see, he's trolling here. He's trying to get some attention. He's OTC right now, right? He's overdone it. Because he got arrested recently, and he has all this unnecessary enemies chasing after him, right? The truth is that a lot of the men that follow him, when they go and say stupid shit like this to other women on Clubhouse, and then they attract this kind of energy, they're quick to say, sign language, I'm getting shamed. Like, no. You attracted that, and you will keep attracting that if you don't know how to talk in public. Has nothing to do with the ladies. You could talk to any man. You get them caught up in their emotions, they're going to throw a shot back at you. It is what it is. So what did he do? Instead of people say, wait, when he trolls like this, what result is he getting? Well, he's getting rich. Okay? He sells this $300, $400, $500 courses on how men can get laid and make more money, whatever that is, right? And he's pushing all this rhetorics. But they don't really pay attention to the fact that, hey, you're not Andrew Tate. Most of what you're going to get is this kind of energy back from the people that you secretly want them to like you. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. Meanwhile, following the fallout between the duo, the internet gobbling up the backlashes as Twitter users flocked to the comment section to express their irritation and make fun of Tate. So most people, the popular stories out there is they don't like him. Okay, if you're in the manosphere, you might find that you're justifying bullshit and liking him. For me, I'm indifferent because I've heard him speaking neutral stuff, and I know that he thinks he knows what he's doing, but he really doesn't have an idea the kind of power he's up against. He doesn't know. Okay, and I think it's lame behavior to not understand that you're just one little tiny human being in the midst of a big ocean. Okay, while others praised Greta for her reply, CPA Carol Abney said, I'm always amazed at how many people think it's okay for a man to harass a woman, but when she takes up for herself, oh, the outrage. Okay, let's not forget that, well, I don't know the full backstory, but from what I could see here, he started trolling her first, right? Journalist Assad wrote, the best part of this is that your theoretical email says your server is Get a Life, and it fits you so well. This is easily one of the top 3 tweets I've ever seen. Somebody said that. So in addition to all your incredible activism, Greta, thank you for this too. All right, so she became a hero, right? Another Cliff, right? Hello, yes, police, please. I'd like to report the... Jesus Christ. Anyway, what happened after that was that, I don't know, less than 24 hours later, he got arrested for completely unrelated issues. From what we can see, some people are saying it's related. There's a lot of conspiracy theory around this. Lots and lots of conspiracy theory around this. But one of the guys that I follow, his name is Patrick Bet-David. He has something to say, and he's a big supporter of Andrew Tate, but he does it very wisely. Like he has, you know what I'm saying. Let me find something for you here. He knows what he's doing. Yeah.
I think Mitchell's beautiful because he's got good brains. I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun.
Right? All right. I have to be careful with that because of that music. I probably got to get it turned off or something. But this is Patrick Bet-David. This is what he had to say about this, right? Now, Andrew Tate is neither right nor wrong. I believe he believes that he's right.
Well, you're right.
Now, some lame people will say, take his side, Ola, right? I'm running a damn show. You don't think that's a side? You see how lame that is? Okay, that's lame, okay? But let's talk about it, because I am taking a side. Is in Oyo? O-Y-O. You get it? Let's hear what Patrick Bet-David has to say. Before I play this video, let me just do the right thing. Shout out to Patrick Bet-David, because we're doing this all within, I think it's the name of his podcast is PBD Podcast. Yeah, we try to do the right thing. Let me find the... Somebody's like, Ola, you don't have to do all of that. I know. You know. Yeah. Let me just make sure I have this at the bottom. There you go. So let's listen to what Patrick has to say. Then I'll give you the 18 laws, and then and then I'll read all your comments, because I think you guys will have a lot to say about this.
Think about the world. They lost their wealth within 2 generations. Think about that.
Damn.
You're worth a few $100 billion. The money's lost within 2.
All right, so he's talking about some of the richest families in the world, okay? And he was talking about it, so I taped it from the wrong spot. But
world, they lost their wealth within 2 generations.
Some family lost their wealth. I forgot the name he called it. I wish I could quote names like him, but I can't. They lost their wealth within 2 generations. It took that long. It takes a long time. How? Why does it take so long to lose generational wealth, right? And some other claim that they can take everything away from them, all in the split, like, and it's usually black men. Black men, are you paying attention at all? This is the point where you point fingers.
About that.
Damn.
You're worth a few $100 billion. The money's lost within 2 generations. But the Medici family and the Rothschild family has kept the wealth and the power for many, many years. You know what rule those guys follow? One basic rule. Don't be loud.
Yeah.
Do not be loud. Don't call out the establishment. Don't be too opinionated. Stay low key. Keep a low profile. You don't see a Rothschild getting on TV, giving their opinions, running a podcast. You don't see a Medici family running.
Now, don't forget that Andrew Tate is probably still right.
Well, you're right.
Don't forget that. Okay? If you're getting value out of this, do me a favor, hit that like button. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Let's get more people in here. Hit that like button. That's all you have to do. Just hit that like button. Let's get it up. All right? All right. So, don't be too loud. Yoruba people. Yoruba carry. They have this proverb. Right? But somehow, we have black men all around the world thinking they can change the principles. Timeless principles. right? Teach you about genoma for budget. When you put yam, that's the direct translation. Help me out, somebody. When you put yam inside water and you cook it in the pot on the stove, right? When it's cooked, right? You know it's hot. So you peel it small, you eat it small. You don't just you don't stuff it in your mouth. Have you ever had hot tea? Like a shot. Have you ever done that before? How does that play out usually? All right, that's not the laws yet. You might see elements of it in there, right? But shout out to the PBD podcast. I'm actually engaged with what they got going on. He's a supporter. He's basically helped with the promotion of Andrew Tate, and a lot of people are shaming him for that. But hey, they run a platform, so I can understand the chase of a little bit of clouds there, right? But you see what he just said. Even if you listen to the full podcast, you notice that he really never threw him under the bus. And by the way, I'm not throwing him under the bus. I'm just looking at your results that you're creating. Maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention to how you move as a black man. Some people are interpreting that as victim shaming. You're not a woman, you are saying victim shaming. Just think about that for a second, right? Just think about that for a second. Victim shaming, really? Anyway, let's get through the laws. But before we get through the laws, right? I know you guys are waiting for the laws. I promise you, I got it right in front of me. I promise you, I got it right in front of me, right? 18 laws for men like him. And I want you to share this wild and I don't know enough about Andrew Tate to completely throw him under the bus. The little bit I've heard so far, I hope he knows what he's doing. Just the same way I said about Kanye West. I really do. I really do. Right? Because if he doesn't, he will be cooked. Mama say, you know, Mama got beer. You will forget him for life. Even you, where they fight for him right now, you go forget him. That's a fact. So no matter you're fantasizing about, I should be able to say that. You should be able to say masculinity is under attack. Like, really? Really? Masculinity is under attack? Okay, if you say so. If you say so. So let me see what you all are talking about. You guys have said a lot, oh Jesus Christ. She said arrest. All the allegations are around rape, human trafficking, something like that. And I heard that it was picked up some months ago for that as well. Okay, that's something we're also going to talk about. If you know that you have things like that surrounding your name, there's no way you can convince me that you're not trying to self-destruct. You know, but you should be able to say what you want. No, we should pretend like those are not real allegations that needs to be addressed properly. Right? We should just all pretend. Well, I said that already. Oyo, OYO on this one. Gentlemen, you know I have your back. But on this one, this is called Oyo because that's just the reality. No one's going to help you with this. Anyway, yes, that part, right? I've been ghosted before. That was my clue to move forward. You two self-collect. She said, bye, Felicia. You collect. Yeah. It's happened to the best of us. Okay. We drink water, we move. Andrew Tate. Hopefully the charges stick. Cynthia, easy. Jesus Christ. We don't know if he did it, right? We don't know. What we know is that his business, one of the businesses run in the past, which possibly is still running, is a camp girls pimp of some sort. It brings girls together and they do, what do you call that thing? OnlyFans, right? And he split money between them. So he's the one that, so he runs as a business where we help you organize it as a business. We share the money. You make 50%, I make 50%. It's a camp girl pimp. Okay? Those kind of businesses is very easy to get in this kind of trouble, even if you didn't commit it. That's why I keep telling you, gentlemen, you can't afford, like, you know how many madams are out there in Nigeria? Like madams, even on the internet, in Italy. Right? You can't afford this same set of mistakes. Don't be comparing yourself. Don't be playing equality with this type of stupid stuff. Anyway, I'll keep going. Okay? Somebody said it's masculinity under attack. They don't want to allow men to talk. I say I agree. So what are you going to do with that? With that information? You're going to be stupid? Anyway, let's keep going. Very controversial and misogynistic man I have come across lately. Hey, Eunice, good to see you. I'm so surprised that Greta came for Andrew like that. She verbally tore him a new ass. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Barry. Exactly, words you take in as a way of impacting in your character. Now, gentlemen, if you can't talk like Andrew Tate in public, and he's able to talk like that, and you're fantasizing about talking like him, right? You don't think there's a reason? You don't think there's something outside of just wishy-washy reason why he's able to talk that way, and you're not allowed in your own brain? You can't allow yourself to talk like that. You don't think so? You really think it's just because you're a simp? It's that simple. Anyway, let's keep going. I love our dressing down of him. Cynthia, yes. So it surprised me that a young man like him that is surprised to be progressive. As yeah, numbers are growing, unfortunately. Progressive core, progressive knee. I heard Andrew Tate speaking about business. He's good in giving advice. The business advices are solid in my opinion. But there's no way you'll be getting this amount of attention he's getting by just sticking to that. Polarized views get attention. It's just what it is. If you're extreme, they call it sticky side. Stupid people call it that. But extreme, one side or the other, you will get more views. Just the way it works. Because when you can make people think they are right in an extreme way, they follow you and they stick and they sit down there and listen and listen and listen and just they hang on to your dick like that, basically. Andrew talking about relationships is something else. And if you take your relationship advice from Andrew, even if you're just listening to him and you're not taking it, you will destroy your relationship. It's a fact. You listen long enough, it becomes life. Okay? Hola, why are you calling that a fact? You always shame. I just called it a fact. I said it. It's a fact. Okay? You can find out later. You want to find out? Keep listening. Despite all his money and cars, he's clearly very miserable individual. There's so many. They call them money miss road. They call them money miss road. And like I said, just relationship. In other aspects of life, like for example, business, right? It may be a good thing to, if you can listen to a bunch of curse words, it might be something you need, right? There's a lot of men that don't know their own values. Maybe they needed to listen to Andrew Tate to figure their own value. Because you ladies don't want a man that doesn't feel a sense of value for himself. You don't want that. No, you don't have to agree. You don't want that, right? He has a lot of childhood issues he used his money to resolve. You use money to fix issue. I mean, you use precus to resolve issue. You collect. Call it last. So that's a good point right there. Greta understands that a man who needs to mix financial advice with misogyny clearly has small dick energy. That's a fact. Okay? A man who thinks that need to be extremely polarized. Extreme. You have to polarize, you have to get sex to an extent, okay? You have to know where you stand. We get that. But usually when they're saying it, they mean extreme. They need you to take their side too. They have a hard time resolving that you don't agree with them, okay? So, I don't know. Maybe the young girl sees what she sees, Yes, so on your own. Translation, stay low-key. Low-key. Who sang that song? Low-key. Who sang that song? I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but I know I heard that part. Low-key. Low-key is such a big deal. It takes a lot of strength too to be low-key, especially when you have things you can brag about. You have reasons why you can be prideful. For me to ask you to steal it takes more strength. That's when you have everything, right? You have 33 cars. It's going to take strength to shut the hell up about that. It's easier to tell everybody how much of a big dick I got, right? And then the greeters of this one will tell you what to say. Wait, slow down. Wait, that energy right there. I don't know what's down there, but that energy, I have an opinion about it. Gentlemen, if somebody told you who hurt you, there's a reason. I know they're shaming you. You're right. Yeah, you're right. They're shaming you. It's shaming, insult, guilt. and needs to be right. Your act.
You're right.
But they see something. We're not gonna cap about that.
Stop the cap.
All right. In Igbo, we have an adage that says "Nwa yo ka eji aracha ofe di oku," which means you take your time to eat a hot soup. Etiti di ogbonran. Once yam is done, once yam is done, you cover it to eat with. That's another translation. I've seen that too. You're right. You cover it. You don't tell the whole world. That's true. You cover it like, you know. Then some people say, "Ibi pelebe not in moleje," like in the, you know, small. There. Right? The lames they call it, say you're simping, you're pandering, but the lames, last, they take everything from them overnight. What's the meaning? If they're going to take everything from you overnight, black men, you have work to do. Your interpretations of the events of life are out of order. Anyway, I mean, when once yam is done cooking, you cover it. Yes, I was able to pick that up. He belittles women, calls them property, and must be controlled. I have no respect whatsoever for such a man. Oh boy, we don't start again. Babagba, how now? Now, let me say this. To be fair to him, when he got shut down off of YouTube some few months ago, he got shut off YouTube, got shut off Twitter, got shut off everywhere. He came to his senses. He says that maybe I need to learn a better way of packaging what I said. He said it. The video is out there somewhere. He did a long stream, right, that was put on some strange channel because they actually shut down his channel. They shut him down completely. Guess what? They say, oh, they're trying to shut down black men. Okay, you're right. But the fact is that they're trying to shut down black men. They shut down black men. What are you going to do about it? That part right there, the actual problem, which is yours, what are you going to do about that? You don't need to tell me what I already know. We saw it happen. What are you going to do about that? Are you going to do more gra-gra? Right? Or you're going to receive sense and say, maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe, just maybe. Just maybe. So anyway, let's keep going. Let's see. We got. I need more of you to keep coming. I need some smoke. Adegoke Babalola said, "Alaye, which brand of amp you they blow? I want the high." You came to this platform. I should ask you, how did you get here? Right? I should ask you. You're the one on my platform. Man, take your mouth off my dick. Okay? Stay attentive. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. All right? Don't turn me to a daddy freeze. All right? All right? Stay off. Stay over there and listen. Okay? Somebody said you talk like senior guy, man. That's what's up. I like it. I need some smoke. Bring some smoke, because I got smoke for you too. Let's go through the laws. 18 laws. I'm going to jump through some numbers. If you recognize where they're coming from, please mention them. But black men, you need to learn this. Okay? You need to learn this. Law number 3, conceal your intention. Shut the hell up. Shut up a little bit. Shut the fuck up a little bit. You talk too damn much. You're not a woman. Shut up. The same rule applies to me, especially me. I'm a content creator. I have to talk. I have something I have to be aware of all the time. I didn't create it. If you recognize it, start saying it in the chat. Shut up. You talk too fucking much. Your intentions are all over the place. Your enemy will use it against you. Are you dumb? They will use it against you. You think they're dumb? Law number 4. Does this sound similar? Sounds familiar? Always say less than necessary. Shoki lo beoge. Shoki lo beoge. This your energy that you think it comes out of you having a potty. Are you a woman? No disrespect to women, by the way, because even women need to know this to an extent, right? This your superpower is in your mouth. You're not a woman. You have more potty mouth than Greta. Why? Okay, forget. I'm not trying to shame you, but let's look at the result. What results do you expect to create when you say more than necessary, the opposite of it? No, Even inside marriage, people do it. But most people do it in marriage because you get caught up in your emotions. But know it today, it's not going to work. It will work against you if you talk too much. Law number 9. We're on the third one. Who is counting for me? Keep counting. Put in the numbers. The law number 9 is the third one. We're going for 18. It's the third one. Win through your actions, never through argument. Okay? Go and read this book. How to Influence Friends by Dale Carnegie. How to Win and Influence Friends. Go and pick it up and read it. Okay? Arguments are destructive. I'm sorry. I know you say it's just a healthy debate. Take a side. Really? I told you already. You talk too much. Because now you're looking to justify. Alright? There's no absolute here. Just something to pay attention to. Win through your actions. Never through arguments. Okay? Oh no, but somebody must stand for something like... No. I'm calling cap on it. Because again, you can have a history of running... what do you call it? It's not the... I'm not the moral police here. But I'm just saying... You can have a history of being a camp girl pimp, and you want to be the advocate for good men. Does that make sense?
Stop the cap.
That doesn't make any sense. Go add up now. There's no standard you go into the world that they won't question that, right? And especially the powers that will use that against you. Yes, the powers, the Matrix. Yes, they exist. Shotiton, the Illuminati, they do exist. You didn't know that before. It's just not the way you think it, though. All right, you're thinking it in more of in lame terms. You think it's like a human being that sits down somewhere who's deciding, I'm gonna pull them down. All right, that's how you're thinking. I bet it's that man, right? That's what you're thinking. Oh my shield. Oh my shield. Law number 12: use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victims. Some of you are going to go listen to a woman who says, I need full honesty. Honesty is the best. And then you start running your mouth and then she go serve you breakfast because you talk too much. Because she's told you, like, honesty is the best policy. So I should just run my mouth and tell everything. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Who is your victim? Do you even know how to identify what the victim is? Is your victim your spouse in the marriage? Have you identified what the victim is? It could be yourself, you know that, right? You could be victimizing yourself. Most of the time, it's actually you. All right. Law number 15. Which number are we on right now? And have you recognized what book this is coming out of already? Crush your enemy totally. If we know this as law, if you end up on the bad side of the powers that be, what do you think they're going to do to you? Let's start with that. What do you think they're going to do to you? No, you can say it's because they did this, they did that. But what do you think they're going to do to you? You know you're supposed to do this to your enemy. But what do you think they're going to do to you if you are identified as the enemy of whatever? I don't know, enemy of a set of people, a group of people, the gender, or what do you think they're going to do to you? What do you think they're actively going to do to you, even when you're sleeping at night? It's not a bad thing, by the way, that you pick a side and you don't have any, but like I said, you better know what the hell you're doing. Because you will absolutely be crushed, destroyed. They won't stop until they destroy you. I guarantee you. I'll wait for it. 19 days before it happened to Kanye West. Did I not tell you? A whole 19 days on there. You can go and watch it on there. I didn't say it was wrong. I didn't say it was right. I don't know enough. I'm not that smart. I don't have that much information to know if it's right or wrong. But I know what I see. Black men, you have a lot to learn. You have a lot to learn. Okay. All right. Law number 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Oh no, it's just the Matrix. Let me jump on YouTube and tell the whole world how much I hate. Hate what? What do you hate exactly? Have you identified it? Beyond identified, do you have strategy in place? Do you have Nigerian people call it structure? You get structure. They know what you're fighting. I mean, you think your holiness, your righteousness, which the Bible called what? Filth. You think that's what's going to help you just because you're a good man? You're a good man, right? So I can just tell them the truth and get away with it. Really? That's how this shit works? You think that's what moved the world into the way it is right now? You think that's how you showed up about thousands of years later? That the whole thing started? Just by being a good man. I might say don't be a good man. I didn't say that. But be that for yourself. But also respect. Respect that you live in a world. You're just a tiny little area. Ant. Roaches. Not even half of a roach. In the middle of a big ocean. You would drown yourself if you don't know what you're doing. If you're swimming against the trend, you would drown. Listen, this is reality. Okay? Look around you. You can see what I'm talking about. Okay? Law number 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. This is the part where they say you're pandering. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Who is the sucker now? I keep telling you. Who is the sucker? Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Law number 21. Yoruba people say, to ba fe mobo, wa se bi obo ni. If you want to catch a monkey, you have to act like a monkey. Oh no, I'm not going to stoop down to the level of a monkey so I can catch a monkey. F the monkey. Well, the monkey will scratch you in your face because the active marketplace, regardless of what you choose, you will get scratched off your head. It's an active marketplace. You don't get to choose not to play in the game. You just need to learn the game. You don't get to choose not to play the game. Sorry. You're always part of the game. Even if you live in the cave. Right? What number are we on right now? What number? Are we on 18 yet? I don't think so. Are we close? Anyway, law number 22. Use the surrender tactic. You have to know when to surrender. Right? It doesn't mean you lost. It's not the end yet. We're not done. But you have to know when to use the surrender tactic. In every form of your relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, marriage, with the public, you have to know when to back down. Yoruba people sọ pé àgbò tó fà sẹ́yìn agbára ló lọ mú wá. Right? What's agbo in English? Agbo is like what? A sheep, right? The male sheep that pulls back. You think that's it? You really think that's it? It's coming back hard. You're gonna get knocked the fuck out. Learn when to surrender and just relax. Just relax, dear. So rude. Anyway, law number 26. Keep your hands clean. And if it was dirty before, you have to stay clean, man. You can't do a cam girl pimp and then be running your mouth anyhow online. That's you want to self-buy, basically. You're doing it to yourself. You can't just turn around and say I'm advocating for a bunch of people. No, that's cap. That's cap now. That's cap. To me, that's cap.
Stop the cap.
Okay? And you're still doing it. And you know people are going to... And if a girl, again, like I said earlier, if you're running that kind of organization, even if it's legal, there's all kind of loopholes in there that the powers that be can use to get you. Are we these stupid black men? Come on now. Like, even if you eat small, you go somewhere, you hide somewhere and stop like Twitter, like, hey, I got 33 cars. Like, come on, man. Isn't that stupid? That's stupid. Anybody agrees that's stupid? If you know you've got some past that are questionable, not to you you think you're doing the right thing, but to a sizable amount of forces. Keep your hands clean. And if it's not clean, you better know what you're doing, because I'm not judging you, honestly. Somebody said, oh, money laundering. Everybody that has money to a certain part have to money launder. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Well, you're right.
But you better know what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. You better know what you're doing. 27. Now, here's the thing. I might be preaching to the choir. Remember, I listened to his video on business yesterday. He knows a lot of this stuff. But I think he used some of these rules wrongly. He used them and he didn't know. It's dangerous. It's still dangerous. Even if you know all these rules and use them perfectly, you notice that some of them seem to contradict each other small. That's the trick. Okay? That's like playing chess. it's a little tricky sometimes. That's life. Welcome to real world. That's why your rules of right and wrong, they work. Because in one angle it looks like you're right, and the other angle is like you have to use wisdom. Move by move. You can't generalize. It's stupid to generalize. Now, even if you're doing it as a talking point on a show or something, in your real life you can't afford it. It will hurt you. Play on people's need to believe, to create a cult-like following. Is the church not know they do this? I told you before now. The church, this is exactly what they do. That's how they build organizations. It's not necessarily wrong. But it's two double-edged sword. It can cut both ways. People use this wrongly, yes, and some people use it for good things. It's up to you to decide what is good and what is bad. That's your personal life. And if you do with respect to a society you live in and you don't understand the rules, you will end up being put away for life. They will not stop until they destroy you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Remember, destroy the enemy. Pata pata, don't leave any pieces left. Yes, the enemy is real. Not the agenda, in Yoruba land, but the even bigger ones, okay? The forces, the system. Black men, you have to learn this stuff. This is not a one-time thing. It's something you have to pay attention to on an ongoing basis. Okay? On an ongoing basis. Law number 36. Disdain things you cannot have. If she dumped you, it's okay. I know it's tough because you get caught up in your emotions and you're still projecting it since high school and you're like 38 years old. I get it. I understand. I get it. She dumped you in front of the public in the whole life and she couldn't leave your truth, even though she knew the rumor. I know. It's tough. It's difficult. Hey, I get it. What do we have to do? We have to get back up. When you fall down, we fall down, right? Get back up. If you can't have it, tell yourself you hate it anyway. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Did you not hear that Glam Ola earlier said? What did she say earlier? Bye, Felicia. Disdain things you can't have. Like, if you don't, you will hurt yourself because you will resent. The meanings you attach to the events that are happening in your life are everything. Okay? Law number 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. That's emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence says you understand your own emotions. You understand the you try, you become a student of it. You become the student of the emotions of the person you're interacting with. And you become a lifelong student of the emotions of the society at large. Social skills. Let me give you this flash. Most people lack it. Okay? When you hear people say, I'm just a blunt speaker, that's lack of social skills. They will hurt themselves, last. And they won't know where it came from because they thought it was a compliment to be a blunt person. Whereas some people are saying, Komoroso Oloshi. They're not going to tell you because they don't want to receive that filthy mouth like a lethal weapon. They can't wait to get out of your presence. You will never find out why. It's worse. Right? Think as you like. You get to think as you like. You have your own belief system and stuff. But behave like others. Somebody is interpreting as something like just act like everybody. No, I don't say that. Calm down. Right? Calm down. That's not what he says. Just take it with a grain of salt. Process it. That starts with a little patience right now. Process it. Maybe there's some sense to it. These statements are generalizing too. But find ways you can relate to it and you can adjust to it. Because some of them will seem like they contradict each other. Okay? Just like the Bible. There are verses in the Bible that people can use and can contradict each other. It's not the Bible that contradicts, it's people interpreting it. Right? Law number 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Okay? I think Andrew was doing that. Andrew Tate was doing that. Everything is a double-edged sword. It can be used wrongly. You can overdo it. Oh, by the way, if you go listen to the business stuff, he knew that he was trying to do that. But I think he's trying to use the fact that he knew that to justify that he's made the wrong moves. Some people will mix both together like that. But no, you really didn't know what you were doing. And if you did, I hope so. I hope so. But you're not going to change the rules, okay? You're not gonna change the rules. Andrew Tate, Kanye West, Sneeko. Who else? There's somebody else here that I won't get time to. Did you see the Megan Thee Stallion audio that came out today? Right? What size does black men take before that? Before understanding everything. Black men, you must almost assume there's something you can't see. You can't jump into conclusions. You can't afford it. Are you kidding me? You can't. Even now that we see those audio, you should still calm your ass down and pay a little bit more attention. Assume there's more information than you can see. Just assume that. Assume best case scenario. If you have to assume at all, assume that there's something you can see. Worst case scenario, they're just out to get me. Okay, then you resent and then you will harm yourself in the process of defending yourself too soon. Law number 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. You're so busy talking about what you see tangibly, physically. Word has meaning. It means what it means. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to behind the scenes stuff. Read minds, whatever, man. Whatever you gotta do. You're trying to engage your power, right? Right? Do what you gotta do. If it takes you having to learn how to read minds, do what you gotta do. Nobody's gonna give you power. You take it. It's as simple as that. No one is gonna hand that. It's stupid. They're not gonna hand you power. Nobody's gonna do that. Law number 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. That takes a lot of patience. Active listening. Active listening takes a lot of patience. Yes, the lame on the other side is going to look at you and say you're pandering, or you can't speak your mind, or you're not taking a side. Yes, they will say that. But you have bigger fishes to fry. Are you kidding me? You're trying to satisfy the other dude, or you're trying to get to the bigger fish. Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention. Law number 45. Preach the need for change. Never reform too much at once. Why? We want reform. It must change now. Because this lady... You need the keys. You can't just do that and open the doors. You need keys, bro. The keys, they are this tiny sometimes. Let's stop doing this let's stop doing this to ourselves. Right? The key is this tiny sometimes. And you put it in that big engine and right? Or you're like, no, this engine should start right now. Or you go put you know how they start the generator in Nigeria? How they used to, right? I don't think they do that anymore. They have keys now, right? And the thing won't start. But sometimes all you need is that little key with the right type of oil in the machine. All right? Leverage. Black men, start thinking leverage. It's not sustainable. You don't have enough mouth. Okay? A lot of these issues are not activist related issues. They are power related. No one is gonna hand it to you. If they hand it to you, they caught you from a blind spot. They're gonna get you. Let's not be that stupid, man. Jesus Christ. All the good men out there. I'm a good man. This woman don't want no good man. Yeah. I'm laughing with you, not at you. Kolewek. Never appear too perfect. We can't trust you. No one can trust you if you're just that perfect. Because it's not realistic. Okay? I just never do anything wrong. They should just like me because I'm a perfect man. This woman don't want good character. They don't even know you like that. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Character call. Characteristics in it. Law number 48, last but not least. I think we're up to 18 now. Assume formlessness. You're too predictable. We know exactly what you're about to say. We know when you're trolling. Because you run your mouth too much, we can now see patterns. You're talking too much, you've given away the keys to destroying you. Absolutely. Absolutely. What did Bruce Lee said? Be like water. Be like water. Anyway, those are the 18 lessons right there. Those are the 18 lessons right there. Let's see what y'all are talking about. It's a lot there. Don't take them as absolute truth. That's things to process, you know. Just things to process over time. Go watch the video again, you know. Watch the video again. Uni says reverse psychology. No way. Seriously, I don't understand the terms it's on about. No, they you know, there's little boys. It's okay. I already told him to get on my dick. I think he got the message. That's okay. Adebayo Alex, shout out to my brother Adila. Shout out to Adegoke too, by the way. I need y'all to keep coming. Bring some smoke. It's okay. That's how we learn. D-Love got it. She says, I read the book a while back, 48 Laws of Power. Okay? Yeah. It's not an absolute, but it's stuff that I think every black man really need to start really to internalize. Yeah. We need to start paying attention to anything we can find, get our hands on to learn about power. You know, we try to assume this perfect. Everyone try to get us the history, which is real, which I am not taking anything away from the terrible, terrible history of oppression. But we got to take the bulls by the horns now. And we got to start with the family. If you can't do it in your family, you can't do it outside the family. Stop capping. You're not going to save the community if you can't keep a home together.
Stop the cap.
You can't, bro. All right. How to win friends and family. Yeah, that's it. How to win friends and influence people. Thank you. Exactly. Hey, BB's Corner. Good to see you. Accounting. Shout out to you. Analytics Academy says true. There's a thin line between honesty and foolishness. Yeah. If you say honesty is the best policy, you're still right. You're not wrong.
Well, you're right.
But context matters here. Okay. We have a proverb that says, "Don't eat roasted groundnut in public." In public, if you want to keep a secret to what is in your mouth, meaning shut your damn mouth, keep some things to yourself. Kì í ṣe gbogbo ohun tí Yorùbá people say, gbogbo ohun tójú bá rí kọ́ lẹ́nu sọ. It's not everything your eyes see that you must say. This generation don't understand that. Dare I say too much knowledge? Is that what I'm saying? Because I think knowledge is good, information is good, right? But we also know that everything is double-edged sword that cut both ways, right? Uni said you like to stand on the fence. I do. I'm a fencist. Yeah, with my full chest. That's the side I'm taking. That's the side for the lames. Okay. Let's see. All right, we're getting there. He stirred the water. All right. Yeah. You stir the water too much. What happens? You can't even see the fish you're trying to catch. You're not confused yourself, right? What did he say? He tweeted after, I think after I was arrested, or maybe somewhere around there. I think he tweeted, "The Matrix sent their agents," right? Leela says Law 38 is vital when you have emotional intelligence, because by expressing your feelings to the public, you open up yourself to monitoring spirits. Precisely. There's always monitoring spirits. It's an active marketplace. There's something trying to take your power away from you at any point in time. It's just a reality. Ladies, you too. Yes. There's somebody trying to snatch your husband at any point in time. Guess what they're going to use? Guess what the most effective person to use for that? You. You are the most effective, the easiest tool to use for that. If they can't use you, then they look for other things. It's a little bit more difficult for them. But it's you. That's the easiest and the most effective way to do it. You need to pay attention to that. And if finally they succeed, you will find more than enough points to justify the BS. You know, there's more than enough points out there. Like, oh, it was just a terrible guy, it was just this, it was just that. It could be true. A lot of time it's cap. It's pride and unrealistic expectations. Okay. Leela says, we're rounding up. And as much as you get mad of their opinions about what you said, you opened up yourself to that mess. It's literally applicable to all of us, including me myself. Me that stand on this pedestal to do a show is much more even applicable to me. But it's applicable to all of us. Right? When you're talking, you will give up ammunition. It's just what it is. You will say something you're not supposed to say. You will give up too much up already, right? So it's very important to be aware and say less. Say less than necessary. Okay? Think as you like, but behave like others. You live in a society, man. Like, if you act too off the cuff and you just want to, you better be ready to create your own rules. I always say that, right? If you can't, you will drown yourself because you're just not that, you're tiny. You're very small. You will judge yourself. You start like, okay, why am I so different? Like, I know. The whole world is probably asking the same question, but they don't know how to ask. They don't know the words. Something is off. Social awkwardness. Something's off somewhere. They can't pinpoint it. Right? And it's okay if you want to go by different rules. You just have to, or by different standards, you just have to create new rules. You have to have very managed expectations of yourself and others, because you're creating friction. They don't understand what they see. They couldn't if they tried to. That's why even when they try to pander to you, you question it. You can't trust it. You're like, why are you giving me water? I didn't ask you for water. Why? Why are you speaking to my talking points so much? Ladies, learn how to be a woman, not how to be a man. Stop learning all the talking points of men. Learn how to be a woman, because that's what men want, and vice versa. Men, learn how to be a man. Don't subject yourself to, what a woman. Yeah, we know what a woman wants. Safe. She needs to feel safe. She needs to feel secured. It varies from woman to woman. So if you learn too generalized stuff, it might not be applicable to your woman. And then you say they lie. All that shit is bullshit. Women can't commit anyway. You start saying bullshit because somebody put a mic in your mouth on the internet. I think I'm done. How's everyone doing? Everybody good? Was that a masterclass or what? Right? Let's listen to this and round off with this. Let's listen to this small audio and round up with it. Okay, let's do that. Let's